tunnel, through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now, first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Murray now on first down. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Here's Murray from midfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And here comes Berrios. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Jets will take over. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They go play action now. Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, Jacobs once more. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
That is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. Finding room at midfield. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, he finds Moore. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL?
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and that's good for a Jet first down. Here's Wilson. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Wilson will throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And he returns this to the 22. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards that time.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
On play action, it's Murray. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Mike Gesicki's really emerged as one of the Miami Dolphins' primary targets, and he can run the entire route tree. We know he's dependable in the short areas, but he can also stretch the field down the middle. A career high 73 catches last season, and he gets another one here to move the chains.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets it down to the 32.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I'm really really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. It'll be Murray on the keeper. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Second down and goal. Murray. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here as they got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. He's got the connection to Moore. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They go play action with Wilson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Hill to return it. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that worked. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Play action. Now it's Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Throwing now is Murray. And going deep for Hill. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Play action. It's Wilson. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And is caught downfield by Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 5 now. Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore from 8 yards out. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 44-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Murray. On the right side, open is Gesicki. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. And a big loss here as he's taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray now to throw. Going for the deep ball. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Wilson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
Zach Wilson.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year.
And the Jets are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch.
He's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, Murray. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Jets are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
And this returnable for Hill.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
And my goodness, another interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 23.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific so far. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteed he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw again on second down. Murray. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And where do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Here's Wilson. That'll be caught. It's Isabella.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
They'll give to Hall. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Wilson wants to throw it. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A quick throw complete out to Isabella. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keon Crossen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Murray. Finding Allen. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Murray, one final try. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense